This is my top 5 reasons people quit the trucking industry.
Twisted.
So you have a lot of people that quit the trucking industry every day because, maybe it wasn't exactly what they expected. And I think that this is going to be the top 5 reasons that people quit the trucking industry. So number 1 in my list would be proper training. Whether it's the paperwork, you don't know how to do the paperwork, you keep on getting in trouble because of the paperwork. Maybe you got service failures because you're not making the load on time because you don't know how to manage your clocks. There's a bunch of different training that you go through to do this trucking, and maybe it's because they're not a quick learner. You have to be kind of a quick learner in this industry. You have to be quick on your feet. Maybe you don't feel like you had enough backing training when you went to a CDL school. You don't have that confidence in your backing. Or maybe it's that you just don't feel confidence with your driving and you feel like you're unsafe and you feel like you're going to kill somebody. With trucking, you got to have some confidence coming into this. You have to be able to think on your feet. And a lot of people have a hard time with that. And then, also, like properly using the equipment. Like say you have a reefer trailer. Are you going to know how to set the temperature on that? Are you going to know how to switch it to fuel hog or, -20 ice cream? Or maybe you're a flatbedder and you don't fully understand how to strap your load down. Like, was there enough training that you understood how to do it? And also this has to do with people not speaking up. So if you feel like you're slacking in the area or you need more training on the area, it's time to ask questions. If you don't fully understand it, ask questions. Knowledge is power whenever it comes to proper training. Number 2, I would have to say the lifestyle of being a trucker. We sleep in the trucks, we shower in the truck stops, we eat the truck stop food, we can cook as much as we can until we pretty much run out of food. You're not going to Walmart every single day. You try to buy as much food as you can, and then whenever you get a time, you can go get food. Sleep in different hours. One day you might be sleeping nights, one day you might be sleeping during the day. You drive what the load requires to get there. So some people can't get through that lifestyle. Also, not being home. That is a big one, especially for you guys that have families and stuff like that. I mean, it is hard to be away from home for like month and a half to do this trucking. And you need good home time. You need to find out a way that works best for you to get that home time, and work family kind of breakdown of when you can call your family, manage your time better, use your 30-minute breaks, call the family and stuff while you're eating and stuff. I mean, it's rude to eat while you're on the phone, but at least you get to talk to them. Like FaceTime has made that easier. There's a lot of stuff that can make that easier for you. And then on top of that, the lifestyle is hard on people's health, because you come out here and you weigh, let's say you weigh 200 pounds. Within a year, you probably weigh like 240. Another year, you're probably up to 300. Like, we're gaining weight because we're not eating right. We're not getting as much exercise as we should. So our health starts diminishing. And then that's whenever you get a health problem that you might end up in the hospital for, and you might not be able to pass a DOT physical after that, or your job might want your medical records. And, it's just a big hassle whenever your health diminishes like that. Number 3 is going to be pay. I believe that a lot of people come out here and they think that they're going to be making quick money in trucking. And cent per mile, it's kind of a different thing, getting paid cent per mile. Even when I came out here, I was all like, cent per mile? I said, how am I going to make a living making change? It just doesn't make sense. And then you got guys that come out here and they don't understand that, like, hey, you get paid by mileage. the setting around at the shippers and stuff like that, yeah, you get detention pay, but sometimes it takes a while for the company to pay out that detention pay. So it might not be on that next check, and it might be on the one after that, or it might take a while to get that detention pay. A lot of people don't like that. I don't like it either. I think as soon as you get detention pay, they should pay it. Freight slows down, or maybe you ended up in a bad area to get a load. Like, that's going to affect your pay. Not being able to deliver a load before the pay period ends, that's going to hurt your pay. There's a lot of stuff that affects your pay out here. And if you learn if you had the proper training, goes back to number one, if you had the proper training, then you will be better able to deal with the pay, because you'll be like, okay, this load's going to go on next week, so I need to run even harder next week to make an even bigger check, and then I'm going to put some of that back. And you got to save money for these loads that fall onto the next week, because that can really break the bank. And I know that when you come out here, you go through training, and then you're not making anything, or you could be making a small amount. You're not making that trucker money yet. And then finally you get to your own truck, your bills are piled up. You got to make that money quick. And all it takes is a load to fall on the next week, and you're not ready for that. Like, you have to save up for that. Like, even breakdowns, a breakdown can affect your pay, because guess what? You're not running the miles. You should be able to get some breakdown pay or something like that to help you out there. But, a lot of stuff with pay will make somebody quit real fast. If they're not making what they think that they should make, then they're like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm not even going to wait around. I'm not going to see if this gets better. It's not paying. I'm gone. You got to give it some time and figure out how it works, is what I'm saying. Like, your whole first year, you're figuring out how things work, and you're trying to figure out what's the best way to get you that pay. And some of the best ways to get pay is being able to micromanage your clock. If you're successful at micromanaging your clock, you're going to do a lot better. If you're good at getting great fuel mileage, you're going to get a fuel bonus, or you're going to get, you're going to get to save some money in fuel. Fuel can eat you alive if you're always getting bad fuel mileage. Number 4 is going to be liars and respect. A lot of times as truck drivers, we kind of get, I ain't even gonna lie, a lot of times people are disrespectful to us, and that's not good. Like, you go to a shipper or receiver, and they just act like they're so much better than you, and that you're just a dummy in there. So, like, sometimes the shipper and receivers, they can really get under your skin, and you have to just be like, you know what? I'm going to let it go. And you have to have that attitude of, like, just let it go, and I'm just going to back into this dock. And when they get it unloaded, they get it unloaded. Recruiting, when you first get here, you talk to a recruiter at a lot of companies. I'm not saying that these recruiters are trying to lie to you, but they might stretch the truth a little bit. And then when you get out here, you're going to be like, what is going on? Because their whole focus is to get you there. So the way some of recruiting gets paid is the more people they bring in, the more money they make. So they might not be completely honest with you, or they might tell a little white lie that is going to make you mad. Shops, I'll have you in and out of here in 2 hours. Like 8 hours later, you're still there, and you're like, man, what's going on? You told me 2 hours. And then on top of that, like payroll, like, or your dispatcher, hey, I'm going to give you some extra money if you'll go take care of this for me. I'm going to make it worth your while. And then you go do it, and you check your check next week, and it's not there. And like, I'm going to say something. I always say something. But at the end of the day, like, should we have to go through this big ordeal? Whenever you say you're going to pay me, you need to pay me. There's some misunderstandings, and I know sometimes stuff happens. There's mistakes that are made. Pretty much every time that I've had a problem, it's been fixed. If it's with my fleet manager, I'll tell you right now, if it's with my fleet manager, it always got fixed. No matter which fleet manager I had, they always took care of me. So there's a lot of people that will lie to you, and there's a lot of disrespectful people out there. Like truck stops, there's rude people out there. Other drivers are rude to you. You know, the first time a student gets flipped off, 90% of the time it's by another truck driver. So even we disrespect each other. So you just try to be respectful, guys out there. Like, you're just making it worse on everyone when you're being disrespectful, flipping off other drivers, throwing bottles out the window at trucks. Like, I've had my truck hit so many times with like a bottle or a 20 like a fountain drink. Somebody throw that out the window, hit your truck, just because I'm not in the fastest truck in the world. So they get mad that they're having a problem pass you, because they can go 65, but you get to the uphill, you're outrunning them because your load's lighter, and they get angry about that. So, you know, they think that we purposely go slow. No, we're not purposely going slow. We're just, our my governor is at 62. So like, I'm doing 62 miles per hour. That's my max. So, you know, just so you know, it's, people are disrespectful out there. And as a trucker, you got to kind of be able to let that stuff roll off and just continue on doing your job to your fullest. And then the last reason I feel like people are quitting trucking or leaving trucking is bad equipment. And I've even seen brand new trucks break down, guys. So it's not really old equipment. It's just the equipment altogether. Like, you could be at a company and you could just get that truck. You could have two trucks out there, and we'll say both of them are red Peterbilts. And that's your option. Like, we're going to give you either one of these red Peterbilts. You pick one. Hopefully you pick the one that doesn't break down, because if you pick the one that breaks down right at the start, out the gate, like, you're going to have issues, because you're just starting out, and that truck breakdown, that's going to hurt your pocket really hard. You're going to have to stay in a hotel room while they get it fixed. You know, there's a lot of stuff that happens to you because of the equipment breaking down. You can make more money moving the truck, running loads, than you can getting paid breakdown pay. It's just a proven fact. Like, breakdown pay is not that great. You can make a lot more moving. Breakdown pay is pretty much, they're like, you know what? It's not your fault that you can't run miles and run loads. So we're going to give you some extra pay to kind of cover that. And it's not the same as what you could be making by running freight. Also, trailers. I hear all the time about these trailers that are breaking down, or, you know, you go do a drop and hook and pick up a trailer, and it's the only trailer on that lot that you can pick up, and it has like a broken marker light or a broken clearance light, or tires off the rim, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Chutes are ripped down, because we pull those reefers, so chutes are ripped down. We got to take that and get it fixed, you know. So like, you're losing money because equipment is torn up or broken or needs to be repaired, whatever the case may be. That is costing you money, and that could push somebody over the edge far enough that they're all like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of dealing with this truck always breaking down. I'm sick and tired of this trailer always being broken down. I'm done. I'm quitting. I'm going home, man. This trucking ain't for me. And I think that this is the top, to me, this is the top 5 reasons in my book that people are calling it quits out there. Is because of these top 5 things, and I'll relist them. So one in my book is proper training. 2 is the lifestyle of a trucker. 3 is going to be pay. 4 is going to be disrespect and getting lied to. And then number 5 is going to be the equipment you have. So that's my list. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I appreciate y'all watching these videos. I hope that they're helping y'all out there. And I hope that this opens people's eyes that, hey, there are some stuff that you're going to have to deal with out here trucking. It's not all good days. There's stuff that happens, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with it and move on. And, you know, the more you're out here, the more experience you get, the better you are at dealing with these issues.
So if you love this content that I put out on this channel, then make sure you click the next video right there. Also, if you want to check out some playlists, I have right there. Don't forget, Thursday night lives, 7 p.m. Central Time. You can come ask your own questions and answers and get all the information you want. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, then go ahead and click that face right there.